This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17, and it reads, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. And the times that we're coming into, Israel, are indeed the times that the scriptures speak about, the time of Jacob's trouble, the times such as never been since there was a nation. And I would rather get those scriptures. So we're definitely entering into some serious times. And first and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, find this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And hope and pray that this lesson be edifying to the elect. So, the inspiration for this lesson through the Spirit actually came from the post that the beloved elder, Amawan Gabar, put up in his community tab. And I haven't finished watching the whole video, but through the Spirit, I seen that in the community tab, he posted this movie right here. It's called on Netflix, called Leave the World Behind. You know, and this, the, what do you call it, the thumbnail that it had showed a picture of a cyber attack. You know, so it intrigued me. You know, that was early this morning. And yeah, you know, I woke up probably about 6 this morning, you know, before I had to go to work, and started watching it. And you know, it's a very good movie, very telling, you know, and as the brother said, man, it's not really even a movie like that. You know, it's more or less an insight into the things that are gonna happen in the near future, the very near future. You know, so I'm gonna play the trailer. I have an article as well, and I have another video. When I have this brother's video, I want to play some of this, because, you know, as the scriptures say, let's get it. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, there's a lot of things that are going on at the very same time, you know, and there has been talks about, you know, these cyber attacks, you know, a lot lately, actually, you know. And me personally, through the spirit and power of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, I just recently did a video, probably about a week or so ago, speaking about, and I have I'm gonna play that video, some of that video again, of the there's a journalist that spoke about the WEF, the World Economic Forum, saying that there's going to be a cyber attack before 2025. So basically before the end of 2024. And here we are, what, about basically 2 weeks, roughly, you know, before 2024 hits, you know. So as the brother said, you know, Amawan Gabar, the elder, you know, that would be a perfect excuse, you know, to use a perfect scapegoat, so to speak, for the Great Reset that this devil Cotton Swab, Klaus Schwab, you know, has been talking about, man. You know. So let me see. Let me play the I'm gonna play the trailer first. And this is a must watch for you brothers and sisters that are out there. Very good movie. What's her name? Damn, why is her name leaving me right now? Damn, let me just get the cast. Julia Roberts, yeah. Ethan Hawke, you know, for you brothers and sisters that know from Training Day. Mahershala Halal, yeah, Kevin Bacon. So it was a very good movie. Very good movie. A very good film. Like I said, very telling. That's the main thing. As I was watching it, there was a lot of scriptures through the Spirit that were, coming to my mind, and a lot of prophecy, a whole lot of prophecy. So without further ado, let's watch the trailer. And Netflix, I don't, I'm not, this is for fair use, for educational purposes only. So without further ado, here we go.
I'm so sorry to bother you. You must be Amanda.
Why did you come here?
In my line of work, you have to understand the patterns that govern the world. They can help you see the future. And I knew something was coming.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
So I just want to pause it here for a second, right? So this is the still that the elder had on his community tab. Cyber attack across the country. Then it got high, substantial, moderate, low, right? And it was very telling, because the highest disruption, right, was in all the major cities. California is heavy. Florida in certain parts, especially down here in Miami area, Texas, certain parts, definitely up here in the Northeast, heavy, and in the West Coast as well. But the cities were heavily hit, and the more or less like the suburbs and what, like, stuff like that wasn't as wasn't hit as hard, and in the movie, I don't want to spoil it too much. Like I said, brothers and sisters definitely could watch it, need to watch it. But I'm gonna say a few things about the movie. But they were in the suburbs in the movie, so you could see that it wasn't, they weren't hit like the cities. And when you watch it, you'll see that. They'll show scenes of that in the movie. So without further ado, here we go.
Attacks across the country. The truth is much scarier.
What is the truth?
We're gonna be okay, right?
Aren't you the one who always said if you're not paranoid by now, it's too late?
Haven't you been picking up on what's going on out there? We've all been deserted. There is no going back to normal.
Right. And as he said, there is no going back to normal. Even from before, once CV hit, there was we never went back. The world never went back to where it was before 9/11. The world never went back to the way it was prior. And this event is no different, right? And Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the elites are showing that this is what's coming, as the scriptures say. These devils, they don't have no time, man. They don't have no time. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. These devils know that they don't have a long time, so they have to put everything in Operation Warp Speed. As President Trump has said, when he was president. As the scriptures say, these devils will be loose for a short season. Let's get that. Let's see. Revelation 20:3. And cast, let's get it. Excuse me. Satan bound, right? And that's the adversary. It's talking about Esau, Edom, so-called white man, because the spiritual being Satan is in complete order. So this is talking about the Satan's physical counterpart, which is the Edomites, man. Revelation 21, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. Now the bottomless pit is Europe, right? So after Rome fell, right, these devils were not able to get out of that. Well, let me read it. 20:2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, right? The Roman Empire, Esau, Edom, right? Which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now this 1,000 years is what the Edomites call the Dark Ages, from the time that Rome fell up until the time of the Renaissance, right? This is Revelation 20:3, and cast him into the bottomless pit, right? Europe, and it's called the bottomless pit because they don't the ground isn't fertile over there. It doesn't bring forth yield forth much fruit, you know, or vegetables or crops, so to speak, right? So you can understand. And shut him up and set a seal upon him. So these devils was not able to come out of that what's the word I'm looking for? That low estate for 1,000 years, right? And the scriptures say that he should deceive the nations no more. So for that 1,000-year period, he was not able. He was in a very low estate, wasn't able to do anything. They were, you know, in the caves. They were grunting, you know, as it says in Job, the 30th chapter. You know, it says till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season, right? So from the Renaissance period, which is roughly, you know, 1400s, late 1300s, early 1400s, up until this period, this is that short, up until present day, this is that short season that they have been loosed, where they went out and deceived the world. You know, they whitewashed the images. You know, they painted themselves in the likeness of themselves, as, you know, painted themselves as the Most High, as his only begotten Son, as the angels, as the prophets, you know, as all the great people. You know, they went out and deceived all the nations. And this short season is almost up, you know, and these devils know it, you know. Salaki, what was the scripture I had? Thought I had it up here, but yeah. So this is that short season that they were loosed, you know, and these devils know that they have but a short time, man. You know, that's why the scriptures say, "Depart from her," right? Talking about Babylon. You know, for this is not your rest. Leave the world behind. Esau's world, man. Leave it behind. Why? Because it's about to be utterly destroyed. Right? So let's get some of what this brother elder says from about the movie Leave the World Behind. They're about to make their move. And all the signs are there. And I got an article as well. You know, I brought this, I could bring it out. You know? So without further ado, let me get what this beloved elder has too, because he's going to bring out the video of the WF, you know, and Klaus Schwab talking about, you know, these cyber attacks and whatnot. So these devils have been planning this out, and this is indeed going to happen. Why? Because Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi have sanctioned these things for these devils to come down with great wrath. And how fitting for them to use such a thing, you know, to you know, push that great reset, man. So without further ado, here we go.
This new system that they're about to implement, and ultimately the end all be all behind all of this shit is going to be to get everybody microchipped, man. That's the end all be all. And like the scripture saying, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the vision is yet for the appointed time, at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it's tarry, wait for it.
Right. Let's get that real quick before the brother continues on. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch, and we are commanded to be watchmen. You know, the brothers that are sincerely, you know, following after Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi in truth and sincerity, man. You know, and watching, you know, daily at the Lord's gates, man, as the scriptures say. And set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, right? Make it clear for the people, you know, you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Make it easy to see, right? Explain it so it could be easily digest or ingested, you know, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And the vision is speaking louder and clearer day by day, man.
All right, because they pushing this, and I got another. Like I said, I got an article and a video I want to show also besides this one right here. So let me play Bald-Headed Cotton Swap one more time and listen closely. All right, let me see if I can turn the volume. Hold on, listen.
Attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack.
Hold on, let me turn it up some more for you brothers and sisters. I don't know if you can hear it. So I'll give 1 second.
They pushing this, and I got another. Like I said, I got an article and a video I want to show also besides this one right here. So let me play Bald-Headed Cotton Swap one more time and listen closely. All right, let me see if I can turn the volume. Hold on, listen.
Attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison.
So he, in other words, he's saying C-19 is gonna look like a joke. It's gonna look like disrespect when a cyber attack hits. Like C-19 is gonna be forgotten. In other words, that's what he's saying. Like it's gonna be a damn joke. And the next thing that's gonna come, which they use that drill exercise to establish things, right? To get people's reactions, to write down data, you know, store data and just analysis and all that other shit, right? So that when they do come with the real deal, they already know how people gonna react, how to get these people, what to do, what we gonna do, you know? So read on. Let me read on. You play on.
The COVID-19 pandemic is shaking our economies and societies to the core and showing us how vulnerable we are to biological threats. In the digital world, similar risks are being overlooked right now. A cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics would spread faster and further than any biological virus. Its reproductive rate would be around 10 times greater than what we've experienced with the coronavirus. To give you an idea, one of the fastest worms in history, the 2003 Slammer sapphire worm, doubled in size approximately every 8.5 seconds, infecting over 75,000 devices in 10 minutes and almost 11 million devices in 24 hours. Fortunately, at least until now, cyber attacks have not impacted our health the way pandemics have, but the economic damages, and therefore the impact they have had on our daily lives, have been equal and sometimes even greater. You see, the only way to stop the exponential propagation of a COVID-like cyber threat is to fully disconnect the millions of vulnerable devices from one another and from the internet. All of this in a matter of days. A single day without the internet would cost our economies more than $50 billion US, and that's before considering the economic and societal damages should these devices be linked to essential services, such as transport or healthcare. As the
Right, let me finish.
digital realm increasingly merges with our physical world, the ripple effects of cyber attacks on our safety just keep on expanding at a faster pace than what we're preparing for. COVID-19.
Right, so this is a perfect scenario to introduce, as the brother said, that their ultimate goal to emerald to the TV, man. You know, to shut down the internet, which there's so many prophecies that will be fulfilled with just that in itself. You know, because if that was to happen, you know, that's basically the famine of the word. You know, that prophecy will be fulfilled through that. You know, these different prophecies, you know, with the internet going off and you know, because, you know, like I was explaining to my wife and my son earlier, you know, something as simple as that, seemingly simple as that, is detrimental to a society that is predominantly ran off of that system, off of the internet, off of devices, you know, communicating back and forth, you know, with the you know, the satellites and each other, you know, so because automatically, if you don't have cash, which go figure, you know, they're phasing out ATMs, phasing out cash, you know, cash is not king like it used to be, you know, it's all about the plastic. It's all about, you know, people, you know, transferring money, you know, buying and selling digitally. So if you have a system where you can't buy or sell already because you can't go to the store and make that transaction unless you have cash, society as already is going to be at a loss, you know, and it's only going to get worse, you know. So how fitting, you know, would something like that be? And like it was saying in the video, you know, the different things it would affect, you know, water, power, communications, transportation, you know. So even in the movie, you know, you know, they were trying to get to the city, but there was massive amounts of cars that were blocking it, man, on the highway, and that's in the scriptures, man. You know, let's get that real quick. That movie was very prophetic. There we go. The second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And when you've seen that movie, these are the type of things that they were trying to do. They were trying to go in there to get to a hospital, you know, to see what was going on, you know, and they weren't able to. You know, and also they're gonna have, you know, checkpoints at that time, you know, different FEMA troops and whatnot. So it's indeed a terrible time that we're coming into. This is Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time is Jacob's trouble, as it talks about in Jeremiah 30 and 7. And at that time, matter of fact, let's get that. I'm gonna start at 6. This is explaining how bad it's gonna be, man. Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Right? So it's like, man, why does it seem like this man is like pregnant or something, man? Like he's going through it, you know, as a woman in travail with a child. Wherefore do I see? So why do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all the faces are turned into paleness, man? So you're talking about, like, as it says in the book of Amos, you know, there's going to be dangers on every side, man. It's going to be as if a man flee from a lion and a bear met him, and he got away from the bear and leaned his hand on the wall, and a snake bit him. You know, it's going to be troubles on every side, man. It says, Jeremiah 30 and 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he, meaning the elect of the nation of Israel, right, the remnant, you know, the 1/3, but he shall be saved out of it. But it's going to be a time such as never been since there was a nation. Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So basically, speaking, it's a straight precept to Jeremiah 30:7, man. It's going to be a time of trouble, but the elect shall be delivered out of it, right? Everyone that shall be found written in the book of life, man. So this is from spiceworks.com, and it reads, it just came out today, December 12th, 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecy shall be fulfilled. That's coined by the beloved Apostle Tahar. And it reads, China-affiliated hackers hit critical U.S. infrastructure. It says computer systems for water, power, communications, and transportation bodies have been affected. Now, what's interesting about this is that in the movie, there's things like that mentioned in the movie. That, Babylon has a lot of enemies, which it does. And, when you brothers and sisters see the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. I brought this out, you can see the movie. But it's very, very telling, and there's multiple reports, going out about, that these devils have this planned out, man. As the brother had just played the video with Cotton Swab, talking about how this is going to happen. This is a journalist, Whitney Webb, that I did a lesson on a couple weeks ago. She mentions that there's going to be a FF, you see it right here, coming in 2024, and here we are only a couple weeks from that. So this is definitely come on in the very near future, you brothers and sisters. So that's why the scriptures say, Ephesians 5:15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So as the scriptures say, we got to continue to watch as well as pray, man. Because the times that we're entering into is very, very serious, man. So let me get a little bit of this, just so you brothers and sisters can hear it. So this is from Redacted, fair use.
Well, the World Economic Forum, yes, run by Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum says that we will experience a massive cyber attack that will hit before the year 2025, which will lead to a massive collapse of the banking industry, infrastructure, and so much more. Well, how did
the massive collapse of the banking industry and infrastructure. Now, why is that important? As the elder Amawan Gabar has said, this is a perfect excuse to push for that see it, man. That would be, problem, reaction, solution. That would be their solution to the whole infrastructure collapsing, and them saying, well, now that one's all done, we might as well start anew. And just lucky enough for all you, we already been working on something. Oh, go figure. That's the fucking devil for you, man. That's why the scriptures say, never trust thy enemy, man. Gotta watch these damn devils, because that's what they're up to. This is their plan all along.
How do they know this? It's unbelievable. Someone who's been following this very, very closely, and it ties even more directly into the story that we've been covering here on the show about the CTI leak files, the Michael Schellenberger released files about the cyber spying on Americans. We're going to get to that part of the story with independent journalist Whitney Webb, who I'm thrilled to welcome back to the show. Whitney, welcome back to Redacted.
Hey, it's great to be here after a long absence. Thanks for having me back.
Of course, we wouldn't miss the opportunity. So thrilled to have you back here. So let's talk about this World Economic Forum idea that at the second in command at the World Economic Forum that we are going to see a massive cyber attack hitting before the year 2025, pointing out, in great detail, this is going to happen, so you better be prepared for it. Why are they saying this, and who are they going to try to point the finger at?
Right, so this was said at the WEF annual meeting earlier this
Now, Clayton just said, who are they gonna point the finger at? Now, as I said in the movie, they mention, different countries, and this country is one of them. So we know that the top elites, they all work together from these different nations. So it's not far fetched, to see that this would be an inside job, so to speak, or a orchestrated hit. Because as the scriptures say in Revelation, the 13th chapter, I'll just get that real quick. I'll just go straight to the point. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So the whole inhabited earth, right? He causeth all, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, man. So the whole inhabited earth, will be tested, man. This will come across, to the whole earth, man. And that's, these nations being aligned is how it would happen.
Here this year in January by the WEF managing director, Jeremy Jurgens. And Jurgens, as well as the WEF itself, has been involved in a series of simulations for several years now that I'm sure a lot of people in your audience are familiar with, called Cyber Polygon, which has been directly affiliated with Russia's government, as well as some of Russia's biggest banks and some of the biggest commercial banks in the world, and also backed by a lot of U.S. federal agencies, which is ironic when you consider, all about alleged Russian hacks over the years. They're very willing, under the guise of the WEF, to collaborate with the, supposed hackers responsible for everything bad,
Right, they're very willing to collaborate. Why? Because it's part of their plan. It's part of their scheme. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. So these and this all ties in, to complete control. If you have everybody, lose communications, you already disrupt, the whole function of society. People start panicking. They want people to have electric cars. So if the electric cars go out, then nobody's able to drive anywhere. So they're just stuck wherever they're at. The power system, right? So like they spoke about, they wanted people to have electric stoves so people won't be able to cook food or boil water, clean water, clean their water and whatnot. So they basically are gonna bring everybody to their knees, right? Problem. This is a huge problem. Then they're gonna get the reaction of the people, and they're gonna come with the solution, which is that great, reset, and ultimately, the rights device, man. And this is gonna cause the society to collapse, man. The scriptures speak about, these different things, man. And they show that in the movie. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, man. So they're gonna make it difficult for people to exist, man. Like I said, there's not gonna be no power. So let's just say it happened during the winter. That dark winter that Biden was talking about. Let's say it happened during the winter, and a lot of people use their, electricity, a central heating system, that's ran through electricity. Then all of a sudden you can't be in your house because it's freezing. And if you haven't been, spiritually preparing, or even, like the different prep people, people are going to panic, man. Some people will, try to go to their car to escape, but the scriptures talk about we're going to be as pilgrims on the earth, man. We're going to be, roaming from place to place. And I mean, they even showed that in the movie as well, and I'll get to that. I just want to get these couple scriptures real quick. 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. And here we are coming into the, the so-called Christmas season. And, most people aren't paying attention, man. And that's why the day that day is going to come over, overcome them as a thief in the night, man. Because they're not watching. They're not watching, they're not praying, they're not paying attention. They're acting like shit is sweet. All they're doing is, worried about what Christmas gifts they're going to get, going to the Christmas party, all foolishness, man. And then they're worried about New Year's. It's just, folly, man. 2nd Ezra 16 and 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that's what, most people think, just because they can still go to McDonald's and get, shit off the dollar menu, Burger King or whatever, they shall think themselves to be in good case. Everything's going to go back to normal. Hence, what Julia Roberts' character was kind of saying in the movie, because they was, they was okay, in their situation. It was bad around them, but they was, their situation was okay. But it says, because they were in the suburbs, they weren't in the city. But it says, and even then, right, when the people think that they're in good case like they do right now, society's still somewhat together. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusions. And that's what's growing right as we speak, man. And that's why the scriptures say this, 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Society together, right? All together, sown, shall suddenly be unsown. Chaos. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So this is how sudden these calamities are going to come across, come to the people, man. And they're not going to know what to do. That's why the scriptures say, because the men of the Lord, we're going to be good, man. Let's get that real quick. Because we already know these things are coming. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi is his treasure, man. So that the elect are going to be stable, man. We're not worried about these things. And Al-Baratazah, we're of that number, And real quick, before I end it out, let's get, where was it at? What was this? As pilgrims. Here we go. 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, right? How do you make yourself ready? By seeking the Lord 10 times more, continuing to fast, continue to pray, spiritually ready, for all the things that are soon to come. And then those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth, man. So even in the movie, one of the characters, was essentially as a pilgrim upon the earth. She was, kind of walking around, and she ended up finding this house, and she ended up finding this bunker, and she had everything that she needed in there, And the scriptures say, let's get that, and I'll wrap it up on that. Because, this is the time that we're coming into. So, as the Lord said, take no thought for the morrow, We're going to be stable in these times. Because Yahawashi said he would take care of his men and women that trust in them. Let's read these. Look at that. The cure for anxiety. So don't even worry about it, man. The Lord said he got us, man. Let's get that, put that in the red letter. Matthew 6:25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold, meaning look, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Right? And this is, essentially what happened. That character in the movie, she found the house, and it had the little, the underground bunker. Had a bunch of movies in there, a bunch of food. It had everything she needed, So it's nothing for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to take care of his men and women and children, man. The elect. 27th verse. Which of you taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon, King Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye a little faith? Right? So if the Lord makes sure the earth, the grass gets its dew in the morning and whatnot, even though, here, especially in particular here in Babylon, it's going to be cast into the iron, the oven. Even though the Lord still takes care of it, even though it's going to be cast into the oven, why wouldn't he make sure that you have clothes, O ye of little faith? The Lord is saying. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. This is what the heathens look after, because they don't have no hope, they don't have no power. But we, us Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and our fellow brethren that were scattered amongst the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but their seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We have hope. We have a power. Our power is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Right? It says, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness. Right? This is how we make ourselves ready for the battle, man. Seeking righteousness, seeking the kingdom of heaven, of the Most High and his righteousness. And what did the Lord say? And all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof, man. So, though the devil's gonna, coming down with great wrath, and he's gonna do all these things, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are gonna take care of their elect, man. So, that's pretty much the point. I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying, and comforting, to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation to you, brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say a Bible ball and Kwam Yasharallah. And shalom.